You know, if I do that, it's liable to destroy the value. People pay more money for this box on eBay than for the tape. So you sure you want me to do that?
I'm not selling it.
What's your name?
Jay. And I actually sort of know Billy Canary. He's still alive.
Yeah, I know a lot about him. Yeah.
What do you know about him?
Well, he's kind of went off. The thing with the Manson thing really did a number on him. It really did. Did on all of them. Did on everybody. Yeah, I know. I don't even want to, because there's many sensitive issues, you know, things like, I mean, you know, there's people that died.
And when did Ronnie Howard
middle 70s.
Because I had read that she had opened a gallery in Hawaii, taking the money and gone there.
Well, that's part of the problem. She took the money and she didn't pay the cops for their share.
From the film, who was paying for your stock and processing for the film when you were shooting?
Way back then,
yeah.
I did. I paid for everything.
You paid for all of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I found a deal with a guy who was making a movie and it closed up before he got it done. So I bought all his raw stock, and made out that way. And I had my own equipment, most of my own equipment.
Right.
So, but basically, I worked, and I starved to death, and to do it. Hardly.
Well, you shot a lot of film, obviously.
Yeah. I wish I shot more. I mean, that's the problem. And when I took on my associate, he got cheap on the film too, and I did see, I realized at one point, not in the beginning, that there would become a historical document, and to just shoot as much as possible. If I had a video camera today, I mean, I would never shut it off. You never know what will, what will make it.
Well, it's great that you managed to shoot as much as you did.
Oh yeah. Well, like I say, with film, you have a problem. You got to keep reloading, And when I was shooting the waterfall with them, I had nobody with me, just myself. Fortunately, I've had two cameras and didn't have to. What do? You say, hey, stop, hold that close for a minute, and I'll reload. So, and then some stuff, like the Bruce Davis stuff, was supposed to be out of sync. But you look like you want to ask a question. And then they were remolded a little bit, but everybody still had their own thing. But what Charles Manson did was he kind of tainted for each person personally what they wanted to hear. So for Paul Watkins, he would listen to certain key words, and Paul really kind of, the idea of a black-white race war kind of hit a nerve with him because of some of his things in it. So he knew for Paul, it's black-white race war, okay? For Clem, it was the Battle of Armageddon. For somebody else, it was the Vietnam War. So what I put in there is kind of let you decide yourself. No question, the Vietnam War was big. It was almost like, how can you complain about us killing when you kill everybody? It's the other people. So it's kind of that manipulation. School teachers do that to you in school, right? They kind of tailor, and that's what he was good at. He was good at a lot of manipulation. Anybody else? Wait, because I've started.
My big question, just hearing you talk about it, do you still consider these people your friends?
Wow. I don't know, I don't think there's a word in the English language for a filmmaker who spends a couple of years with mass murderers filming them. You can't become their friends because then you lose an objectivity. But on the other hand, you got to be close enough to them that they will reveal things to you. I mean, they told me, they may know, but it took, after I gained their confidence, I'm sure now they wish they hadn't told me everything. And the professor I had, this was before, said, the ideal situation, is to find that balance. like you're Margaret Mead going to society. You can't be their friend, but you can't be their enemy, and you just have to, it's almost like a boyfriend-girlfriend thing. You know you're going to break up one day, right? But for a while you get the most on. You're getting your It's, for me, it's different because Squeaky Fromm's going to spend the rest of her life in prison. I was subpoenaed, my wife and I, when she attempted to assassinate President Ford, and I was very close to Squeaky Fromm.
That was a great interview. I thought you were going to eat that gun, man.
She's the first woman to attempt to assassinate the President of the United States. So, it's not like, and you can imagine.
That's a dubious distinction.
You can imagine when she did that, the FBI, the Secret Service was swarming my house, especially because Sandra Good had called up and threatened me, So yeah, there's all, and the question when I do it, it was like the sheriff said to me when he pulled us over in Death Valley, he got me behind the ear and says, "Hey, are you nuts? What are you doing? These people are killers." And my reaction was, well, hey, I already shot so much film, I don't have enough complete film. And if you really have filmmaking in your blood, we cut a 5-hour miniseries to put on the internet. And then when, film documentaries start playing in theaters again, I thought, well, maybe I'll make an 85-minute, which is really, this is cut down from 5 hours would give me time to get into all these questions that you're asking.